Nothing beats a Jet 2 holiday. And right now, you can save £50 per person. That's £200 off for a family of 4.
As you can see, they will always choose the bear until the bear chooses them. Just unique videos that you're gonna see today.
Hey, I know. Let's play a game. You know you're a fascist when you chant freedom while cheering for mass deportations without due process.
I don't chant without due process, but then again, Obama did it way more than Trump.
You know you're a fascist when you think banning books and gutting universities is saving America. You know you're a fascist when you believe soldiers should be loyal to a person, but not the Constitution. You know you're a fascist when you demand law and order unless the law is investigating your favorite politicians.
I'm just surprised you investigate somebody over and over and not your own. And then you say he's not that old. And then suddenly when he goes on the debate, he is that old. And then you replace him with the vice president without a democratic vote. Like, wait, we've chosen for you.
You know you're a fascist when you want to lock up opponents, but pardon your own criminals.
But at the same time, you make it sound as if Biden didn't pardon people, didn't pardon his son for a longer term that I also didn't expect.
You know you're a fascist when you think elections are rigged unless your guy wins.
You can run the best campaign. You can even become the nominee. And you can have the election stolen from you.
You win with Russian interference, though.
That's a real
what I'm
thing.
scared about in 2020.
But rightly.
Because I think he's an illegitimate president that didn't really win. So how do you fight against that in 2020?
You are absolutely right.
He's an illegitimate president in my mind.
Would you be my vice presidential candidate? Folks, look, I absolutely agree.
Trump didn't actually win the election in 2016. He lost the election, and he was put into office because the Russians...
You know you're a fascist when you call yourself a patriot while rooting for a third term like it's a third world dictatorship.
And if people voted for me, maybe people think I'm doing it right.
You know you're a fascist when you called the press the enemy because they told the truth.
That perhaps for our most tricky disagreements, seeking the truth and seeking to convince others of the truth might not be the right place to start. In fact, our reverence for the truth might be a distraction that's getting in the way of finding common ground and getting things done.
So because of where you come from, your truth might be a distraction. But you're talking about the truth. At the same time, didn't Biden wanted to start the Ministry of Truth?
You know you're a fascist when you think human rights are optional for people you don't like.
The issue is that many people that want to give to prove they have human right feels that sometimes whenever they give a hand, you took their whole body and you tell them they have to be happy. And long term, I don't think it's sustainable. And that's why many countries become right-winger again.
You know you're a fascist when you believe religion should run the government as long as it's yours.
Joe Biden is Catholic. He didn't win because of his religion.
You know you're a fascist when you cheer when peaceful protesters are beaten, jailed, or silenced.
Don't even start with the gleefulness of people celebrating of somebody that passed away that they disagreed with. Like, you're going too far. Come on.
You know you're a fascist when you wrap yourself in the flag while dismantling the democracy it stands for.
I just think you are a unique person if you go to another country celebrating your own flag, burning the flag of the country that you can go and be like, I'm the good guy, but you need to help me or you're the bad guy.
You know you're a fascist when you believe one man's power is more important than everyone's freedom. But yeah, tell me how the libtards are destroying this country.
If you integrated, nobody would be dismantling anything because it's all about unity, not diversity. Vengadilo, remember to subscribe.
On this female generation, I got a girl's number last night. I text her today like a gentleman. Today was nice to meet you. She said, which one are you? Weird thing to say. I tell him the one that got your number outside of the bar last night. She said, I gave my number to about 10 dudes. My sister in Christ. You don't say that, you weirdo. I didn't know what to say, so I just said, I was the black one. She said, oh shit, how fucked up was I? I got defensive. I said, the fuck is that supposed to mean? She goes, well, usually I'm just not into black dudes. I said, well, last night you were. Last night you were. I rode the lie. She said, what's your Instagram? So I blocked her.
So sometimes you can have fun, make a movie out of it, and maybe they will rethink their decision. Or maybe they will be like, hey man, somebody told me I like black people. Hey, diversity.
I have a question for you. What unites the left wing? What makes the left wing come together in community? Because with the right wing, it's obviously Christianity and their collective commitment and love for Jesus, and also nationalism. They are nationalists. They, America, flag, nationalism. Where for me personally, when I think of national, I just threw up in my mouth a little bit. So we don't have a unifying glue in the left wing that binds us together. What is it? What brings us together? What do you think?
I think it's empathy for minority, protective classes, but you empathize so well that you put yourself in their position, but you don't sympathize. You understand them so good you replicate it. There is so much in this clip that I just can't show because this is a reaction. This is not even safe. Many people that suffer, some of them look for peace in a different way, and some of them look for peace in a destructive way. I think it tells a lot if usually the left-leaning justify the destruction.
So everyone knows this is a part of life, you know, there's parts of the world where this is a reality. And here we are, bringing in 20, 30-year-old African men, Arab men, that should be out there working, and they're coming into our country, and we're letting them stay in hotels. And then you have children out here working like this. Absolute joke, no?
It's something that I always ask myself, why don't we see more girls like this? Because I know a lot of people that live like this and came for that reason. I'm still surprised why way more men are coming. But then again, it's easier for men to travel alone than to travel with kids.
Should parents have the right to opt their kids out of LGBTQ-related content in the same way that right now they can be removed from sex ed and health curriculum classes?
Look, I believe that parents have the right to oversee their children's education. I would push an LGBTQ education into our schools. Parents have a right to opt out of a lot of things, but this is not an area where they should be opting out, because this is an area of understanding the background of people throughout our nation. And right now we see, for example, at the Naval Academy, an erasure of history.
This seems to be the governor of New Jersey, and all I know is this. They can't do it right now at the school of my kid because there's a lot of people of certain religion that would not allow it. Even if you want to do that, the way they teach certain information is kind of biased.
My son, 6 years old, was prohibited from sitting next to his friend on the school bus because a parent objected to my perspectives on book challenges. My older son's history teacher allowed students to label him a Nazi file simply for his interest in history and participation in ROTC. She later nominated my son as the most likely to become a dictator and had his classmates vote on it and try to force him to the front of the class to receive the certificate, which he rightly refused, all because of his conservative values and our perspectives.
Thank you. James?
I would go kind of crazy in my head if they did that to my kid. But then again, I can control my emotion. I don't know. That's why a lot of people don't want to address a lot of stuff, you know? Because they don't see a consistency. Well, we do see a consistency of this.
Escucha, estamos en la lucha. Escucha.
That's a lot of hate. To see that lady that looks a little kind of like a grandma with white hair and be like, gosh, gosh. And I can't even imagine a teacher having that, teaching my kids if they might have a specific value that is related to supposedly this guy.
Kirk shooter, this is the Minneapolis school shooter, and this is Trump shooter. What did these three boys have in common? What do you notice? They're all skinny little soy boys. The biggest issue in our country right now is weak men. If these three boys were to lift heavy weights and eat more protein consistently, it would completely change their physiology. They'd be happier, they'd be more patient, and they'd get a lot more respect and admiration, which would completely change their outlook on people, and they'd no longer feel like a victim. The men in our country need to be strong to protect, lead, and set a higher standard.
I actually have to agree. Kids need to understand consequence and their own strength better. Because the moment they don't understand themselves, they don't understand the consequence they can do. They believe they live in such a little world, and that's why they justify I need to make a mark. That's what I think, but I'm not a psychologist.
Alright guys, I'm in Vienna, and if you're a Christian, this is going to really piss you off, as it's pissed me off. I've got to do this quick because it's not very safe for me. But what you've got behind me here is called the Church of St. Anthony. It's an old Christian church here in Vienna. And then when you've got behind me this way, as you can see, is swarms and swarms of military-aged Muslim men. You go around here and it's the exact same story. Absolutely everywhere. And the whole entire thing, watch this, has been desecrated the whole way around back to front. The whole entire way around. I'm getting a lot of dirty looks. I gotta get my ass out of here.
I think it's a wild crime if you do that on a building. But then again, if it was a different religion, it might be a hate crime for sure. Especially if you put like a piece of bacon in front of a building, just like in UK.
Me and my wife have been under attack recently by our so-called community. You know, these people. All because we're choosing our relationship with Christ over our skin color. Speaking of the Charlie Kirk incident, you know how he was assassinated and how so many people were cheering because of his death. And because we are believers in Christ and we may not have respected everything he said, but we honored him as a believer and we honored him as God's creation. But you have people, our skin color, calling us all kind of coons and whatnot, saying that we're Uncle Toms and just everything that you can think of, calling us sellouts, all because we're not hating a man blindly. You can pause it.
People have become so pro-black that they are anti-Christ. Showing compassion to somebody, a family that has lost somebody, is not as being a coon. A lot of people treat being black as if it's a cult.
We're pro-Christ first. Our skin color does not have to do anything. We're not saved by our skin color. We're saved because we believe in Jesus Christ. And we're not going to stop believing in Jesus Christ and following his teachings all because of a skin color. Sorry, that's just not us.
It's just wild. It's just wild that people are doing this right now. It's like people look at me like, hey, there's another Charlie Kirk. Charlie Kirk was a monster. I'm like,
as expected, Charlie Kirk's wife, who everyone was feeling so sorry for, oh my god, I don't feel bad for him, but I feel bad for her. Yeah, she's also an incredibly right-wing person who's using this moment to push an authoritarian agenda against the left. Are you all going to realize that the women who marry these freaks know exactly what situation they're getting into, and the reason they get in that situation is because they want to be there. Charlie Kirk's wife married Charlie Kirk because she liked Charlie Kirk's ideas. It's literally simple as. Women, too, are capable of making free decisions of who to associate with, and you can judge them based on those decisions. If a woman is the happy wife to a terrible man, it's probably because she, too, is a terrible person. Y'all do this weird shit with Usha Vance as well. Oh my god, I bet she feels so awkward knowing that her husband is racist against Indians and people of color. I think she probably doesn't, Why? Because given who she married, she's probably racist too.
So by that knowledge, does she also deserve a bullet? You're not going to have empathy for that? Because if we're going to think like that because of association, we are going to assume everybody thinks alike. You just told me that the way that you think, you don't like people that think differently. But you are the party of diversity.
What are you doing in Naperville?
So walking around with this?
Why?
Because it's the truth.
Are you angry?
No.
Are you scared?
No, why? Why do you say that?
What are you worried about?
What do you mean?
I mean, take your hateful message and get out of
It's not hate.
It's pretty hateful.
No, it's not. It's the
You're
truth.
gonna accept people as they are. There's
Well,
a lot of ways to be human.
How is it hateful?
There's a lot of ways
Okay.
to be human. But the picture
Oh, what's your purpose? To spread the truth.
Well, what the truth of what?
That she keeps interrupting me. They're men. They're men.
Really?
Yeah.
How do you know that?
Hey, watch it. Watch it.
Watch what?
No, you better fucking watch it. Don't approach me like that.
You need to get out of Naperville.
No. No.
Hateful message.
No. I'm gonna stand here as long as I want. You better stop stepping up to me.
We got cops everywhere.
Yeah, you better fucking stop.
Get the hell
Yeah.
out. You come here for the purpose of pissing people.
No, let's spread the truth. You guys need to calm down. You're both out of control, actually. Calm down. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Quit walking up to me. Quit walking up to me.
You're walking around with a fucking sign like a piece of crap.
Calm down. Relax. Relax.
What is this guy doing?
He's allowed to be. Yeah. Listen to him and walk away. Yeah. Goodbye. Goodbye.
Bye. Get out.
Shut up.
Sure, if you want to, but I would rather you guys not have this interaction on the street.
Yeah.
Let him do what he's doing. He's gonna go.
Yeah, it's called freedom of speech, man. We're in America. Yeah, but you can't assault me. You can't walk up on me like that.
I'm not assaulting.
Yeah, stop walking up on me. Stop, dude.
Hey, sir. Hey,
Dude, just calm down. It's not that big, man. Just relax. Yeah. It's words on a sign. I told you to quit fucking walking up to me. Quit walking up on me.
Hey,
You need to get out of here.
go.
Just, sir, help us and walk the other direction that they are, okay?
It's not. He's allowed to be here. He's allowed to be here.
Do you want this to take over? Do you want this?
Oh, there you are.
Yeah, it's cool. Real cool.
Hi.
Awesome. You need to own it.
Okay, bye.
Ladies and gentlemen, I think it's so unnecessary. But when somebody says, if the cops wasn't here, I'm gonna beat you.
Quit walking up.
That's a little wild. And it does make me believe maybe somebody that hears that consistently thought, you know what? It can justify even more. But maybe I'm wrong.
Don't get me wrong, makosa kita bong. Put the fire na mi blonde kush hash purple skunk criollo colombici jam jam. Turlo que ta verdetta welcome.